You want me to open this?
I just want some more light. Does light work?
Yeah.
You know, I find it, you know, when you like sweep, the art of sweeping, if you actually took the time to actually grab a pan and watch all the little tiny bristles move all the dirt in like one area, it's so satisfying. But what it teaches you in its actual moment is you're just focusing and just literally just completing one task, one thing at a time. And you know, I always get a kick out of monks, like far away. Far. My teacher used to do. Venerable Bufu does it all the time. I just love watching him because this is all you see. That's all you see. And then he moves so gracefully around the monastery. We could never get it when we were young monks. We were like, oh my God, do you not want to watch Netflix? There's so many shows to watch. But you know, it's just this is the one right here. And they're also meditating in those moments about their breathing, their habits, their tendencies, everything. Right. But we've gotten so lazy where we have, you know, like robots doing it for us. In meditation, let's talk about anger. Everyone has anger, right?
Yes.
Which is, when we're angry, we don't pay attention to the anger. We pay attention to who we're angry at. Notice the difference?
Yeah.
You hear the difference?
Mm-hmm.
We're not paying attention to who we're paying attention to who we're angry at and not the anger itself. But when we sit and we meditate, when you have pain, you're not focusing on the pain. You're focusing on you who are having the pain. So therefore, we have lost touch with the art of being human. And so the sweeping teaches you to be human again. Then we clean everything by hand, which teaches humility. But no one ever gets that little tiny stuff. So every time when I hear the word consumerism, and I hear first world country and drones and iPhones, oh, we get allergic to that. We're boring monks. Wait, and then you were saying something about the glass ceiling?
Stained glass windows.
Oh.
Stained glass windows at church or cathedrals.
So I think that was the highlight of my day, was the cemetery. It was so simple.
Simple, clean.
You're right. And I was just like, I was thinking to myself, I'm like, I wish my body was a robot where I don't have to feed it, don't have to do so many things to keep it running, you know, so I can just enjoy the cemetery the entire day without having to pee, poop, eat, sleep, to meditate. And the cemetery helped me realize that you're running out of time, dude. You need to achieve enlightenment quick.
Yeah.
Clock's ticking, dude.
Yeah.
So everywhere you look, there's like,
There's nobody.
yeah, it's dead people. You know, and you don't have anywhere to run.
Yeah.
And I did not want to leave that cemetery today. Did not want to leave. Venerable Lee here knows I didn't want to leave. I ran into the mausoleum with glass doors, and it was open, and I was like a little kid in there. No one would ever get that. They'll probably think I'm crazy. You know, people like to open the door to Best Buy, get a bigger TV.
I get that it's a bit true that the death is gonna come to everyone, but no one wants to talk about that.
Yeah.
Everyone has to die one day, and that's for sure.
We're actually having fun looking at the tombstones and the different like designs and the details of them.
I used to work with lawyers that would go on safaris in Africa. And I'm like, what do you do in Africa? It's like, I like to go there and take pictures of wildlife. I was like, oh, do you not have a life? In my head, you know, I'm like, counsel, do you not have a life? But I realized how it slows down time for them to be with nature, where we were originally supposed to be. I feel like I'm boring people out. But
No, you're not.
I'm so passionate about the subject.
I know what you mean.
It's a
like,
deep
It's like
realization.
knowing and realization difference. We know, but you realize when you
But we don't
are
want
in
to
the
face it.
moment.
Yeah, and I don't want to lose touch with our practice. You know, I don't want to touch money. I don't want to touch a lot of things. I don't want to lose the heritage of this beautiful practice. And we, you know, and like, so I'm 36, so I got like another like 30 or 40 more years before I complete my life cycle. And that's not a lot of time. It takes such a long time for us to change.
That's what Buddha saw when he get off from the palace, the death.
Yeah, he after 29 years old, he's like, I gotta go. See ya. No one could stop him. And she's trying to tell me, okay, we need you to live a little longer by taking probiotic, which is what I told you the other day, right? Probiotic. Remember we were in Sam's Club and I asked him like, do you like yogurt? No, probiotic's really good for you. And he wouldn't want to hear it. He didn't want to hear it.
What happened to the yogurt?
Oh boy.
I'm drinking it right now.
It's very good.
Mom, I need you to be healthy.
Yeah, I just come up here and eat all the time, and I'll be healthy. Take me to the cemetery often, and I'll be healthy.
Please don't take David to cemetery. Please don't do that.
I can come along.
I would be so happy when I get my casket. Oh my god. And then I was thinking in my head, I fantasized about this. And I was like, I want a hearse. I want to drive around in a hearse with a casket and my real skeleton downstairs for teachings. Monks are supposed to get out of a hearse, pull the casket out with them, and go wherever they teach, they bring it. It's like show and tell. Oh, I'm really boring these people out. This is not interesting.
No, I was gonna ask
My
something,
woman,
but
Mama.
I didn't want to do it on the
Thì
live
tao lại
stream.
ngầm
'cause
lên
it's
trên
terrible.
trên thêm.
No, you can ask.
I
Go
don't
ahead.
want to do
That's what it's for. They don't care.
I don't want to mix or cause any conflict.
With what? Religion?
Yeah.
No, ask. Who cares? I
Well,
talk
you-
without a filter.
You were describing how sweeping teaches people how to be humble, right?
To be humble, to be human, to experience the moment.
Humility, yeah, humility
To
too.
live in the moment. Experience in the moment.
And so you hear that with Jesus, because Jesus, Prince of Peace, meek and humble. Harden not your heart, be meek and humble. And so those two both went in line there.
There's this $120 book that has the sayings of Jesus and Buddha and how it's very much similar. It's $120. It's on like, I don't know, I think it's not Amazon. It's through a publication, a very private publication, but it's a collection, it's a master's collection. But yeah, you read the Bible and you read the teachings of the Buddha and what he says, and you realize, why are they so similar? Of which I'm going to spend my life comparing and contrasting the two. We have so much teachings to go through. It's such a joy to have the energy to go through them. The energy that we have from the food that you all have offered to eat. Oh my gosh, is this in there? Oh God, now I look like a pig. Oh my God. People were like, venerable, there's chocolate cake in your video. What is going on here? Oh.
Behind the scene.
Behind. Oh. I can only imagine in their head. Oh, he was partying over there. But yeah, I mean, I think everybody else think that 30 or 40 years is a long time to live. How do you measure this?
Just look at how long it takes for you to complete one book, and you realize you don't have a lot of time.
We need to work on that.
Just look at how many. Yeah, literally by the days when I'm carrying I change so much by the days. I watch myself change my perception and the sense of urgency in my mind. You know, as soon he knows it, and that's why he drags his books with him. I'm so hard on Lee when it comes to like studying and like, okay, you have energy, you have time right now, come on, get to it. So we drag our books with us, and I feel this guilt when I can't complete 20 pages in one day. And I'm like, what's the matter with you? And literally in traffic at like a red light, for the intersections that I know that is long, I put the car in neutral, open up, and I try to squeeze in like 1 or 2 paragraphs. And I realize that I don't have a lot of time. Clock's ticking. The treasures inside of these books is timeless over and over again. It's literally like necessary medicine. We eat good food, right? No doubt about it that the food that you all make is some of the finest foods in the world. But when we talk about spiritual food,
Mental.
right,
Giving food to mental.
right. It's like soup. There's like, was it chicken soup for the soul?
Oh yeah.
Remember those books, those series? So that's why I gave you all the books that I did, so that you all can enjoy the richness.
The treasure.
Literally, I'm introducing to you all how to be a billionaire, spiritual billionaires. But I know that you all have bills in front of you. But the more that I sit here and encourage you, you realize, hopefully it replays in your head, that every time Monk comes and spend time with us, he reminds us of the treasures that is waiting for us to discover. Truly. And that's why you see some of the devoted Buddhists around the world. If you follow like monks on like Facebook or YouTube or whatever, you see all these people, and you're like, oh my God, they're so devoted, with unshakable faith and confidence. What are they devoted to and about? It's the teachings. And some people are like literally addicted to the teachings. So like they can't wait to hear every word being
It's raining.
Rain.
Oh, that's peaceful. Every word that is being uttered by the monks. Realizing each word brings them closer to sainthood, closer to enlightenment.
Agree.
So I think it's time to probably wrap it up so y'all can rest. Because I'll sit here and talk about the cemetery for another 2 hours. You can end it.
Wow.
This is the first time you all see me so passionate about certain practices.